So we are going to see now the how we are going to build the PRPC application and see how to create a class structure. So to create the class structure, just recollecting, right? So what is the default the class group or the how the class looks like in the PRPC? So that is organization dash division dash unit, right? So here we just saw the example, and let us see today how we are going to create that. And again, we learned about the architecture, that is organization layer and division layer.
मैं क्लास रिवील अब मेरी क्लास रिवील बोलिए
implementation layer and the framework layer, right? So how we are actually going to build our class structure, right, to meet the PRPC architecture. So here in PRPC, if you want to create the class structure, okay, if you want to create an application in PRPC, we are going to use the default user ID and password, that is administrator@pega.com, and password is the install. One second. Sorry. So if you want to create the application in the in PRPC, so they are going to provide you the default user ID and password. So this account you are going to get, okay, whenever you install the PRPC personal edition, okay, whenever we install the PRPC personal edition. So we are going to log in with that to create our class structure or the application. So administrator@pega.com and password is the install. This is the default user ID and password across all the personal editions, whatever the version it is. So this is the PRPC, like a developer studio. Okay, this is the PRPC developer studio. So yesterday someone asked, so is there any sample application that is available? So here Pega is providing you one of the sample application, that is the Pega sample. So here you can see all the rules which are actually they have used in that particular sample application. Okay, so whenever you log in into the administrator, so you can see the default sample application and you can see how actually they have developed this particular application. Okay. So if I want to create my own application, okay, if I want to create the application, so Pega is provided the menu, that is application menu. I'm going to explain you each and every option which is available on this developer studio. So first let us create the application and then we will discuss about that. So to create the application, okay, you have to go to the Pega roles and we have an option called new application. So you can see there are a lot of other options are there. Okay, if you want to open the existing application, you want to switch the application, you can use this menu here. So let me click on the new application.
Yeah, I just have one quick question to ask you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how did you land it up to the developer studio? Was it the default, or how did you get to the developer studio? I mean, what option you took once you logged in?
I didn't follow you.
I'm saying once you logged into the application, did you land straight in the developer studio, or was that your default application? How did you get to the
Yeah,
what option to take?
it is a default application.
Oh, okay, that's a
So
default.
you don't have to go to the there. Okay, you have to go to the main menu.
Okay, okay,
Okay, so this is just a sample application. We are not going to touch upon this one.
okay.
So we just go to the Pega rules menu, that is the application menu, and you are going to create a new application.
Okay.
Okay. So once you click on that, you are going to get actually the wizard based that is called the application profiler. And what are we going to do here is we are actually going to provide the required information which we are going to create the application. So what are we going to do within this particular Pega application? So they have explained everything here, okay? So in detail, so you don't have to worry about what is the definition, right? What could be the option that you are going to do. So Pega is going to provide you everything with the description, okay? So you can learn there itself. So you don't have to ask someone how we can use that. Okay, so all we are going to do about the Pega is we are going to automate our work. Whatever the business requirement that you have, we are trying to automate that particular work, right? So here we are going to capture the requirements. We are going to directly capture the requirements. So that's also we are calling it as a DCO, direct capture of objectives. That means you are just directly capture the requirements and you can put it into the PRP system so that we are going to achieve the automation of that. So how we're going to see that one? So while creating your application, we have two things. One is the enterprise and the express. So enterprise we are going to use when you want to do the application development for an organization. Okay, when you are going to do the application development for an organization, right? So express is like when you are going to do some kind of a POC. Okay, when you want to do the POC. Okay, so such things and those scenarios will be using the express solution. Maybe you want to develop one demo application to the customer. So then you can use the express application. Otherwise, we are going to use the enterprise application. So you just click on the create a new application so that we are going to create the enterprise application. As I said here, you are going to provide the details. So here we are having the organization, division, unit, right? So these information you are going to provide it here. Okay, so the application name that you are going to create, you can specify the name of the application. Okay, so we can specify the name of the application. Let's say that I have just created the application name. It's called the SBI Insurance application and build on application. So by default, whenever you are creating some application, right, on the PR personal edition, so by default we have only one application, right? I mean, you have only the one framework that is the PRPC. So we are going to build, I mean, we are going to create application on top of the Pega. That means whatever the resources which are available within this, so you are going to use that. So if your organization is already having the framework, so you are going to choose that particular framework here because you are going to develop, I mean, you are going to create another application on top of that particular framework by using the framework. Okay, so in the personal edition, so we don't have any kind of framework here. Maybe if you go to the organizations, so organization might be using, I mean, they might have the frameworks which are already there. So you are going to choose that framework, okay, or you are going to choose the Pega rules. So personal edition, we are going to choose only that is available one application, that is the Pega rules. So you are going to create the application on the Pega rules. And the architecture, that is the application structure. We said, right, we are having the application architecture which is like this. So here, the organization and division which we are going to provide here. Okay, so the organization, as long as you are providing the organization name, so PRPC is going to create organization layer. Okay, PRPC is going to create the organization layer. As long as you are providing the application, it is going to create a division layer, right? So it will create a division layer. Now, I'm just giving the organization name something like this. Okay, I'm going to provide the organization name something like this. So it will create the organization layer with this, and division layer with this, and the rest of the things like implementation and framework, okay, are going to create based on the structure you are going to select. So here we have three different options. Okay, so latest version 7.3, we have only two things. Okay, you don't have both that we are going to use, because now is everybody is having the frameworks. That means this is also kind of a framework. So you are going to create the implementation, or if you are creating the framework, so you can choose the only framework application. So when you are going to choose the implementation, let's say that you are already having the framework. We have discussed, right? If your organization has already developed the framework, so then you are going to implement your application based on, I mean, on top of that particular framework, or by using the framework. Otherwise, if you want to develop the framework alone, okay, if you want to develop the framework alone, so then you are going to choose the framework only application. So here, if you choose both, means we are going to generate both the framework classes as well as the implementation classes, right? So here depends on the requirement, whether you are going to create the only framework, you are going to create only the implementation, or we are going to create the both and the framework and implementation. So while creating your application, your architect is going to decide that what kind of the application structure that we are going to generate in our application, right? So once you provide the details, if you want to see that what are all the things which are going to create, so if you want to see that, so you just click on the configuring additional settings. So it will create that, it will show you the information, what's your application name, what's your, okay, we will discuss about these things later. So it is going to create, and what is the version that we are going to use at this moment here. We are going to generate the framework and what is the version of your application. So here you are going to give the name of the organization and division. So if you want to change this division and name, we can change. By default, the PRPC is going to create the division is first time is div, and unit is the unit, and organization layer, which is going to generate like this, and application layer, and this one we are going to learn soon, okay, and how it is going to generate the framework layer, okay, how it is going to generate the framework layer with this combination, okay. So these are all the things which are going to generate. So if you want to change these names, you can change here, okay. If you want to change these names, we can change those names here, okay. They have given like the limited is to 56 characters. So we'll just read that particular information and we'll just provide the appropriate description over there. So once you have given these details, okay. So the next one is like providing the business objectives. So I'm going to create this application, right? So what are all the business objectives? That means what is the outcome if I'm going to use this particular application? Okay, what is the outcome we are going to get this if you use this particular application? Let's say you are going to automate all your insurance claim. That is one of the business objectives, right? So you are going to automate insurance claims faster. So like this is just the descriptive. This is not going to impact or this is not going to do something within your application. If someone just, if they want to see that particular application, what is that? So they can just go for the objectives. Okay, it's just the descriptive. So if you want to give certain business objectives, okay, about this particular application, so you can add one by one. And if you provided the business objectives, you can just go ahead to the next level, and it is called the case types. So yesterday we discussed, right, once you have created the application, you are going to create the modules. Okay, how many modules which are available into your application? If you don't have any modules, directly you can delete it. It is not mandatory. Okay, if you don't have any module, you can delete it. So if you are having any modules or cases, right, the PRPC, as per the PRPC terminology, we call them as a cases. They are called the case types, and you can give them. Okay, so if you have more, you can just click on add case type and add as many you want. If you want to add, right, so we are just providing here the enough things. That means whatever the case types which are required for this application, you can just provide it. So later, if you want to create any additional case types, okay, once you log into the application, we can create the case types there also. Okay, so here, whatever that you want to get started or creating this application, you can just provide at this moment. If you want to create the case type later, you can also create them. So, and next, you are going to fill the data types. So what is the data type here is, let's say if you want to share the information or if you want to share the data across the applications, okay, or we have created the case types. So you want to share the information across the cases. Then we are going to specify those particular things within the data types. For example, so if you go to the bank, let's say that you are trying to open the account, or here only we are applying the insurance. So whenever you are applying for the insurance, right, whenever we purchasing the insurance, right, so first thing they will ask you the customer data, right? So here the customer data which we are going to use, and you are going to share the data across the applications or within your case types, right? So customer info is one of the data type. Another one like address info. Again, address is common across all. So you want to share the address data with other applications if required. So we are going to share that information. So whenever you are going to share the data across the applications, oftenly, so then we are going to specify that particular things within this data type. Okay, so here again, whatever the data types which are required for your application, you can specify here. So again, if you want to specify more data type, after you log into the application, your application, and you can create the data type. So here, either you want to use this particular data type into your enterprise, okay, or within the Express. You can choose that one. Again, if you are creating within the Express, that means for demo purpose, you can choose the Express. Otherwise, we are going to choose the enterprise. So once you have provided all this information and click on create, this is actually going to generate the class structure for us. Okay, whatever the class structure that we have discussed yesterday, So it is going to generate the class structure, the application class structure. So PRPC is going to take care of creating the entire class structure. So once you have created the application, after that, once you log in into that application, you can create any number of applications. Okay, you can create any number of applications once you log in into your own application. So it takes a couple of minutes because it has to generate a lot of classes. Okay, we have discussed, right? So it is going to generate an abstract, concrete, and in that we have the organization, division, implementation, and the framework. So all those classes is trying to create at this moment.
So one question I want to ask is that what is the difference between the enterprise and the express behind the scene? Is it the same process or something different? What is the key difference in the two?
Yeah, so if you are going to choose the enterprise means we are actually building the application like uh, what you can say that the live application that you are going to develop. So Express is like just for the demo purpose. If the customer asks, right, so we will first develop one demo application, like POC kind of thing we used to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So instead of selecting the enterprise, we can go for the Express. You can quickly create the applications. That's it.
But behind the scene, the code is same. Like the way they created the classes, the same way it's going to create the classes in that Express also, or it's going to do some scale down version. Like it's not going to be the full version as it's doing it now.
Right. It's not a full scale application.
Okay.
So this Pega sample, right, is really going to helpful once you finish the training or the particular topic once you finish. You can go to the particular rules and you can see that what are all the things that they have designed. So this is a really good learning for us.
Now, when we will have the session for installing the software, like is it going to be today or next session?
Yeah, today only Ashok is going to reach out to you guys and he will
Okay.
be installing all this. He'll share the software. Right. So here we have created the applications and PRPC is going to create the following operators. Okay, PRPC is going to create the following operators. So we have created the application and you have to log into that application, right? So the application here is, so at this moment as a developer, I am going to log into that application. And with the user perspective, users are going to log into that application, right? So the first time PRPC is going to provide you the developer user IDs as well as the application user IDs. Okay, first time it will be giving you in the personal edition. But if you go to the enterprise level, right, as soon as you, I mean, if you go to an organization, so they are going to take your information like your details and they will create one profile for you, right? And they will be sharing you the user ID and password. Okay, so in the personal edition, no one is there to create the user IDs and password. So by default, if you create any kind of application here, it will be creating the user ID space. Okay, so here one of the user ID, I mean here you'll see that so this this particular operator. Okay, so in PRPC everything we call it as a operator, not like user or something. Okay, agent or operator. As a developer perspective, we call them as operator. Okay, so this particular operator is a developer. Okay, this particular operator is a developer who can actually log in and develop the application or build the application, right? So he is a developer, and here you have the author like the owner of the application here. The manager is like you are having, you might be using the application. Let's say that a simple leave application. As an employee, you are going to apply the leave, right? So as the manager, what the manager is going to do? Manager is going to do approve the leave. That means manager will be the decision maker. Okay, manager will be the decision maker. That means they might be having certain level of access than the user, right? So here the decision maker and the application user, both manager and user are both the application users. User is like a case worker, what we call in technical. Okay, case worker, and manager is like who is going to manage the work. That means the approver, or what we call it as case manager. Okay, the terminology we are going to call as case manager, who is going to take the decision. Case worker means they are going to create the request, they are going to update the request. Here, case manager is going to take the decision on the request which is created by the case worker. So like this, we are going to create so many the users based upon their role and responsibilities. So that particular part we'll see later. For now, PRPC will be giving you the default these user IDs. And now, what we are going to do, if you want to try that, you can try to log in with each and everything, and you can see the difference. For all these user IDs, the default password will be the rules. Okay, for all these IDs, the default password is the rules. So if you want to log in with and see how the portal looks like, so you can log in and try that one. So once you have created this one, we are going to log off and we are going to get in back again with this particular user ID. Why? Because if you want to build your product, okay, if you want to develop your product or application, you're going to log off and log in with the user ID, and the password is the rules, right? So we are going to log off this. Now you are going to log in with admin at organization.com. So once you log in, you can see the Pega developer portal. Okay, so here in PRPC, everything is kind of a portals. Based on the access that is provided to you, so you are going to get that particular portal access. Okay, so based on the access that is provided to you, that kind of portal you are going to get it. Similarly, in bank organization, right, different users are there, so they might be having different access to their different portals, right? So personal, the loan portal is different, personal loan is different, home loan is different. So the user is going to map that particular access, so they are going to get those kind of like portals or access, whatever that is provided. So this is the Pega developer portal. This is the Pega developer portal. So here, again, I said, right, we are going to, if you want to create another application, so if you go and create another application within this organization, okay, if you want to create another application in the same organization, so you log in into that one of the application and you can just create it. Okay, so this particular option is enabled if you log in with the developer. And here, there are a lot of options are there. I said, right, we saw that there are different users that are created here. So each and every user is having different portal of access. So how you are going to see that? Here you have actually the launch. So as a developer, we are having access to all the portals. As a developer, we are having access to all the portals. That's why it is showing you Pega 7 Express, Manager, and User. So if you try to click on this, it will open the user portal. That means how the user portal looks like. It will show you. Right? If you log in with this particular user ID, so you are going to log in with the same. Okay? If you try to log in with user at your organization.com, you are going to get the same. So this is a case worker portal. Okay, so it will be like this. All the cases which are assigned to that particular operator, or the agent. So they are going to see that, and they have different options are available here. Okay. So other than the case working, I mean, they don't have any other options here, because at this moment they have this certain level of access. If you launch the another portal manager, right? So they have different view now. This is a case manager portal. So here they have certain reports and there are certain things. So here they cannot work on the cases and all, because they are the decision maker. They can work on they can take some decision on the case. So this is the thing, right? So, and if you click on the Express, so this is another portal like we saw, right? Express Edition. If you want to log into that particular portal, you can just click on that. It will show you that how that Express portal looks like, the developer portal. Okay, so this is something like that. So if you want to see that there are different things out there, so all these cases, if you want to develop something POCs or which are related to our application, you can log in here. So as long as the particular logged in user is having access to those portals, so they can see the number of portals here. Okay, if they want to launch a different portal, they can launch. So, and in the left side, we have the recent. That means whatever the recent rules. In PRPC, everything we call it as a rule. That's why PRPC is rule centric. Okay, everything we are going to call it here as a rule. You are creating some rule. So whatever the rule that you are creating here, okay, whatever the recently that you are trying to create or open, okay, whatever that is you are creating or you are opening. So those rules are going to present under the recent. Okay, the date wise it will show you that. The recent one which is going to show you on top, which is recently opened or recently created. So cases are like the case types which are available in your application, right? We have created 2 sample case types. If you want to create the case types for your requirement, so you can just click on the add case type and you can specify the number of cases that you require. The data is similar to the data type. So as we discussed, whatever the data types, so at this moment we have only one which we have specified in the application profiler. If you are having the more data types in your application, so you just go ahead here and add the data type. Okay, the number of data types based on your application requirements, so you can just create them. So app is which is actually the application structure. Whatever the application that we have created, that particular application structure. So here in your organization, if you are having the one or more application, so you can easily switch. Okay, you can easily switch the application. Okay, if you are having the one or more application, you can switch the application. Or you want to open the application, you can just click on the open application and it will list you all the applications which are available in this organization. So you can open the application if required. So whatever the application that you are opening here, okay, whatever the application that you are trying to open here, it is going to show you in this App Explorer. Okay, that particular application will show you within the App Explorer. But here we cannot show the one or more, we cannot show the more than one application. So this is the application structure. Okay, so we will come to this later. This is which is required, which is very important. I will explain you in short. So here the records are like we said, right? PRPC is going to come up with a lot of available resources. So what are the resources which are available? Whatever the things, whatever the resources which we are going to reuse or we are going to extend, all those resources are available here. Okay, all those resources are available here. We might be using any one of these from here, or we might be extending from this particular route instead of developing everything from the scratch. Okay, so these are all the available resources. Okay, and you can see those things are the records. Private is like we are whenever you are working with right organization, we have like checking checkout, right? You are trying to create a particular rule means you are trying to edit a particular rule. That means you are actually checked out. If you want to save those changes, okay, then we are going to use the check-in. Then we are going to use the check-in. So here, I said right, we are having the express mode. We are logged in into the enterprise application. So if you want to see the express mode, you can just click on that and it will take you to the express mode. Okay, and here we have the menu like Designer Studio. This Designer Studio, again, we are going to do the application development related stuff here. Okay, there are different things out there, we will see that. Again, these we are going to use for the application development. So as I said, this is the application menu. If you want to switch to the different application or you want to open the any applications which are there. So you want to delete any application, so you can just go and manage these applications. Okay. So launch, you can launch with the different portal if you have more than one portal access. And create is like if you want to create the case. Let's say that you are calling the agent and you are saying that I want to apply for the personal loan. So what the agent is going to do, that means the case worker, they are going to log into their application, okay, the loan application, and they are going to create a case, right? So here we are going to create a case. Let's say I want to apply for the personal loan, okay, I am going to create on the personal. That means whatever the case or whatever the UI and everything that you have developed, so all going to launch. If you want to create a case for motor, you are going to create the cases. And these are all related like you are going to create the rules. We are going to, within our day-to-day application development, with respect to this particular cases, we can go and do that here. Okay, and we have this search box. So this is the global search. That means anything, any rule that you want to search in our PRPC application. Okay, the existing or whatever the rules that you are created. So if you want to search that, you can use the search box. So here we have the again check-in checkout. The similar thing. We saw right here, the left side we saw the private. So the same thing, the same option which are available here. Okay, if you want to see the whatever the rules that you have checked out. Okay, so you can check out. This is the Pega help menu. As I said, you don't have to, prepare any notebook or you don't have to search any content in the Google or internet. So you can search any content. Okay, so by going through the Pega 7 help. So if you go here, we have a lot of things. Maybe it depends on you. You can open that particular one. And you are going to search the particular topic here. Directly you can search or you can search based on the index. Okay, you can search based on the index here. You just click on the particular thing, you are going to get the in detailed description. If you don't know the proper content here, you can simply type that particular one. So it will give you the corresponding topic. So you can learn the more information about the data by going through the data. And this is the operator menu, which we use to log in, like you are logged in and you are going to log off and you want to update some profile, I want to view your profile information, right? So basically the login information menu, operator menu, okay? So, and we have a lot of other things also there. Okay, different tools are available in PRPC. Okay, so these also we are going to use in our day-to-day development purpose. So this is basically the Designer Studio, the Developer Studio, where whenever you create a particular rule and we'll open it here, and we are going to design the rule and we are going to configure it. So these are all the options.
Quick question. Can I ask one quick question?
Yes.
Yeah, is it possible that you can open multiple sessions of the Pega and then open different applications in different sessions, same user?
Yeah, you can open. You can just open with the, here you have, right? So if you click on that, it will open the applications.
So you can open actually multiple like if you have multiple
Right.
access to multiple applications, you can just open it like all at the same time in different sessions.
Right, open.
Oh, okay.
So this is the options which we have with respect to the developer portal. So that's called the developer portal here. So one thing we are going to discuss is the App Explorer. Okay. So whatever the class structure that we have discussed, right? So apart from that, there are a lot of things are there. So we have created our class structure. Yesterday I shown you that what is the class structure when you create. On top of that, there is a PRPC. We are going to use. I said right, we are going to use a lot of resources. So how the structure is formed? One thing is on top of your application, we are going to use a lot of things, the PRPC resources. Okay, so tomorrow we'll be explaining the entire class structure. So it's going to take a lot of time. Okay, the class structure is very important, which we need to understand the relationship with parent and child relations. And here we have different inheritance types. Okay, we have different inheritance types, and whatever the resources that we are going to reuse from PRPC, how the structure which is going to generate. Okay, so from your application to the top level PRPC structure. So how that is going to form, we are going to see that tomorrow. Okay, we have actually less time here, so we can't go through the complete one. So if you have any questions, so you can go ahead and ask. So try to install. Everyone contact the Ashok. Okay. So whoever is reaching out Ashok. Okay, I'll be providing certain things to the certain people. Whoever in contact with Ashok, so they will try to reach the Ashok. So try to install the application so that we can start the hands-on from day one.
Hi, Naresh. Can you hear me?
Very low voice. Ricky,
Yes, yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but can you speak little loud?
Okay. Let me adjust my microphone. Can you hear me properly?
Yes.
Okay. So I have a question. So, uh, I support Pega application, right? So in my Pega application, like my work,
Sorry.
uh,
Yeah, for some reason, we are able to, be able to hear you very low voice. Maybe you can type,
yeah, okay.
or you can adjust your mic or increase the volume or something like that.
Yeah, let me type.
So you are actually involved in the support of the Pega application. So right, we are going to involve it in the activities. Okay, so now, so we are going to see the activities a little later, but at this moment I'll just give you the overview. So whatever the activity that you are going to create in the previous versions, what we used to do is we used to write a lot of customization code using Java, JavaScript. Okay, but now it is not there because we have lots of methods which they have developed for us. So we don't want to use it. Maybe since you are supporting the existing application, so they might that particular application might be coming with so many versions, right? So for that reason, maybe you have the coding. Otherwise, we don't have the coding. Maybe your customer is not ready to migrate that code to the configuration. Right. We are going to teach you how to write. I'm going to teach you that. Not the coding part, okay? We are going to teach with respect to the exam. Activities are very important. Okay. Thanks for joining and try to reach Ashok, whoever in touch with Ashok. So I'll be getting in touch with my students. Okay. See you tomorrow. Thanks for your time.
Thanks.
Bye.